Hello everyone, welcome to Sure Shot Archery. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Shrewd Rex Extender, officially endorsed by T-Rex himself, some say. I don't have official word on that, but we're going to be taking a look at, what you get and how it fits onto your bow, and the main part of this is going to actually be trying out a variety of different V-bars that I personally own and see how they fit with this Rex extension. Okay, so we have the extension out of the box. As you can see, it's very nice. We have this bolt here that we can loosen. And when we loosen that bolt, the little shelf comes off that attaches to the extension and holds your V-bar in place nice and level. Also, another nice point about this extension here is the hole that is right in the extension itself. That way you can fit something like an Allen key in and tighten that nice and securely to your riser. It also lets you untighten it from your riser. I feel like there's a lot of companies that make extensions and don't put holes in them, and then you can never get the things off, and then that's really hard to go and travel to a tournament with big extensions sticking out from your riser. So it was very good that Shrewd thought ahead and put that in. It does make this easier to remove, and now I'm going to put this extension onto my riser. Okay, so I took off the shelf on this extension. That way we can see exactly how it attaches to the bow. So, of course, screws into the main stabilizer hole. And then we're going to take our Allen key, put it through our hole, and we're just going to tighten it up. Alright, so now that it's nice and tight, I'm going to go and put the shelf back on. Now, it's really cool. They put in these handy numbers on here so that you can, kind of pinpoint where you want to line up your shelf. Now, it's going to vary per riser and probably per V-bar because the threading on every riser may be a little bit different, and how far the extension actually screws in and how it screws in. So that's why there's numbers all the way around. That way you can get an accurate reading all the way around, and you can find out, oh, okay, on this riser it's a 2. On another riser it might be a 22. So for right now I'm just going to get it close. I'm going to tighten it enough so that it's not moving all around. Once I get the V-bar on it, you're going to be able to see if it's left or right too much very easily. So this is how it looks so far on the bow. And the first V-bar I'm going to start off with is the standard Shrewd V-bar. So I'm going to put that on there with the bolt, and screw that down. Alright, and it looks like we are pretty straight for the most part, so that looks good. I'm going to go and tighten the bolt on the extension to make sure it doesn't move at all. And now we can see that it's nice and secure, it's not wobbling anywhere. It's nice and straight, and of course the Shrewd V-bar is going to fit the Shrewd Rex extender. Now, Shrewd also makes a double V-bar, and that V-bar will fit this Rex extension as well if you're not a fan of the non-adjustable V-bars such as this one and some of the other ones I'm going to show. Next up, we have a V-bar from MK Archery, another non-adjustable V-bar. We're going to see if it fits very well on this Rex extension. So far it looks like it's doing pretty good. Let's tighten it down some. And Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty level too. Might move just a little bit, but overall it's moving a lot less than it would without this Rex extension, because it is pretty much locked down in there. Of course, I am only hand tightening this, so yeah, there is a little bit of room for error, but it looks pretty good. It's very close to being perfectly flush with the shelf on the extension, so I would say that definitely passes. It's definitely doable. So now on to the next V-bar. So now we're going to check out an older Doinker V-bar. I'm not sure if they're still manufacturing these, but I'm sure you can pick one up online. Well, it sits on there nice. It looks like we can, yep, we can screw it in. So we should be good on this V-bar as well. Let's see. Oh, alright. So, it sits flat. We have one little problem with it though. Because it's made so thin, and it's not thick enough, our bolt can't go in any further. So we have a little bit of space here. So you don't want that, because your V-bar is going to move back and forth. So not a Shrewd problem. Technically, the Doinker V-bar is just thinner than I guess the rest of the industry uses. So technically, if you have a shorter bolt, such as this, you can make this work, or you could probably skip out on this bolt and just use your front rod and screw it right in without having this little extension, because of how thin this V-bar is. So that is something to keep in mind, and I wouldn't count out the Doinker V-bar, because you might be able to make it work. Okay, next up we have pretty much, I would call, like the run-of-the-mill V-bars. Like, this is your affordable brand. This is technically a cartel. So, of course, it doesn't speak for the entire, market of off-brand V-bars, but it'll at least give us an idea. So let's see how it screws on, and yes, it does fit. Again, it does have more movement than the MK, but still, with the Rex extension, it's going to move a lot less than if you were to hit it with your arm, and the whole thing just turns sideways. So still some movement, but nothing too intense. Alright, the last V-bar we have is actually an adjustable one. It's a Doinker V-bar, and we're going to try to get this to go on here. I did size it up right before shooting this video, and it was having some problems, so I wanted to show you though. So, it screws on pretty good, but the issue that I have is the V-bar for this one, unlike the first one from Doinker that was too thin, this one is too fat. It's too high. Instead of having a flat top and bottom, it's more rounded, and that roundedness actually blocks the V-bar from sliding all the way into the shelf and actually touch the extension. So there's a gap on the top. There's a gap all around. So definitely not practical, and we definitely still have plenty of movement, way too much movement. So if you do have one of the thicker Doinker V-bars, especially the adjustable ones, it probably won't work with this extension. They made them way too thick. So before I finish up this video, I'm just going to break out my ruler, and I'm going to measure the Shrewd V-bar I have here, just so you guys can get an idea on the dimensions of it, to see if your V-bar should or shouldn't fit up well with the Rex extender. Okay, so the width of the V-bar is about 1.4 centimeters. In inches, this V-bar is about a ½ inch wide. And now we will take a look at the height of this V-bar. The height comes in at about 1.9 centimeters with the center hole starting at about 0.5 centimeters, with the height of the V-bar being about 1.75 inches, and the start of the hole is about 3/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom of this V-bar. So I hope that information helps you out in figuring out if your V-bar will work well with the Rex extender. Another option would be if you're going to, say, an event like the Vegas shoot. Shrewd goes to the Vegas shoot and some other events, so definitely keep an eye out on their social media. I'll have links to that and their site in the description. But keep an eye out for events they go to. They usually bring all the items they sell there. You could probably come down with your V-bar and see how it fits up with their extension. Other than that, maybe try out a buddy's if somebody picks one up, and see if they let you, put your V-bar on their extension. Hopefully you did enjoy this video and you found it helpful. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy shooting.